and Honorable Minister for coming here. We love your passion for nature, and also want to thank Supriya ma'am and the PCCF because one of the beautiful thing about Tamil Nadu, I mean, any forest is to have beautiful leadership, and Tamil Nadu, I'm so glad that I have lovely leadership in the forestry and looking after the forest. So, as you know, Tamil Nadu is essentially a state which is on a global platform. I mean, of course, there are many things about Tamil Nadu, like economics, development, all other things. But one thing I think has not really gone on global stage is the biodiversity that Tamil Nadu as a state has. It is a state that has this beautiful Western Ghats, the tallest peaks, one of the 8th most biodiverse region in the world. But you also have oceans, you have whales and dolphins, you have deserts, you have wetlands. So we really wanted to showcase everything in one film, a single film, and this is for Tamilians. This is for every person in Tamil Nadu to feel proud about the wildlife that they have and amazing the biodiversity that's there. But one of the things we want to highlight through this film is also why this nature wildlife is still there. In Sundram literature, there have been thousands of years ago, people spoke about these landscapes, mountains, forests, and all that. And all these landscapes still exist today. And not only that, they thrive better than ever. So I think it's a testament of Tamil Nadu and how people have conserved their wildlife. So we, like Rohit mentioned, we started our journey in 2000, but because of COVID lockdowns, we were limited. So we have spent over 400 days filming across various landscapes of Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, a film that is very, very close to my heart. And of course, hugely honored that the Honorable Minister could make the time to come over here because, I mean, your enthusiasm and your passion for conserving literature, heritage, and of course, our natural heritage is absolutely commendable. I think a big round of applause for the Minister. And of course, my second time meeting Supriya Sahu ma'am. Always inspiring to meet you, and as I say, one of the most inspiring persons in the world of wildlife and nature in the whole of India. Now, I'm going to speak a little bit about my thoughts on making the music of this film. Now, first of all, the Sangam literature, as we all know, it's thousands of years old. It's very, very inspiring, this particular literature. And the best part is that the Sangam literature has been thriving for these thousands of years, and also the landscapes that are mentioned within this Sangam literature has been thriving. And that's a testimony, to the people of Tamil Nadu. Because the people of Tamil Nadu has been conserving all of these beautiful pieces of literature and these beautiful landscapes. And it's a huge testimony to the Forest Department itself. I've always said this about the Indian Forest Department. I'm a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. So I travel around the world. I meet forest departments in every corner of the globe. And I can say this with complete conviction that our Indian Forest Department is the best forest department in the whole world. I can challenge you this, the people from the Forest Department in the audience and even on stage, you speak to them about any topic. You speak to them about, let's say, a Ferrari car, okay? They'll speak to you about the Ferrari car for about 2 minutes, and then suddenly the conversation will move towards the forest and it will move towards conservation, because that is all that they know how to talk about, and that's all that they think about over the time. And that is how passionate they are. Now, when it comes to the music itself, there are over 100 musicians that we've put together for this particular soundtrack, for the score of this movie, because the natural landscapes, the nature, the wildlife is absolutely stunning. It's larger than life. So the music also had to be larger than life. It had to be stunning. It had to be cinematic. So we've concentrated heavily on being inspired by the Sangam literature and by Carnatic music for 2 reasons. One is that when you're looking at nature on a screen, like a beautiful elephant or a beautiful tiger and its beautiful natural environment, it's very difficult for you to know which part of the world that elephant comes from or which part of the world that tiger comes from. It's very difficult to know that, especially when the human is not there in the same frame. So my job as a musician is to remind everybody that elephant you see on the screen is from Tamil Nadu. That tiger that you see on the screen is from Tamil Nadu. That lizard that you see on the screen, that dart that you see on the screen, all of these animals are from Tamil Nadu, and that was my job.
Area Mitchell, Additional Chief Secretary, Mrs. Supriya Sahu மற்றும் ஃபாரஸ்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் வந்திருக்கிற மிஸ்டர் சீனிவாச ரெட்டி, மிஸ்டர் ராகேஷ் குமார், இயக்குனர் கல்யாண் வர்மா மற்றும் இசையமைத்த மிஸ்டர் கே, அனைவருக்கும் மற்றும் இங்கே வந்திருக்கும் மீடியா நண்பர்கள், என்னுடைய சக ஊழியர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கம். இந்த விழாவை பற்றி ஒரு பொது விழாவில் தமிழில் பேசுறது ஒரு சுவையான இருக்கும். அது மாண்புமிகு அமைச்சர் முன்னாடி பேசுறது ஒரு வாய்ப்பு. இருந்தாலும் உங்களுடைய சம்மதத்தோட நான் ஆங்கிலத்தில் தோணும். When you are the penultimate or last speaker, there is a small risk. You find your predecessors have said what you wanted to say.